Hello traders, this is Rich from tradesight. This is a look at the market leading stocks via our proprietary scans for Thursday, April 24th, 2014. Still in the heart of earnings season here, so there's a lot of gaps and a lot of the volume bumps are associated with the earnings. So we're going to be in this through this week for sure. So just be aware of that. Had a bump in Amgen volume. That was off of earnings. That one was pretty poorly received. It's 2.5% below the day's open and also below the day's VWAP. Also pretty poor response here to Amazon, which wasn't earnings per se, but pretty poor performance. Also really weak performance out of Win. That's down 5% below the day's open and almost 2% below the day's open. Sina also has a pretty big deviation here from the open as well. So a lot of things in motion still from earnings, and computer technology and biotechnology definitely pretty weak today. As far as the financials go, you can see we're down on volume here on almost everything. We do have a couple of upside signals. Wells Fargo, USB, and Citigroup all have upside CPS signals, but they're all on light volume. Moving on to the energy names, a little bit better to buy here today. Devon, BP, and Arch all have upside signals. Chesapeake CHK, while it doesn't have a signal, is real strong today. A little less than 2.5% above the day's open. So nice day there. Exxon Mobil's putting in a contra candle, but unfortunately we have it coming in on light volume. Take a look at the market generals. Not a lot of signals here. We got a couple of volume bumps. One in Dow Chemical. That's indicated to the downside for tomorrow. VMware is getting hit very hard today after earnings. 3% below the day's open on big volume. Verizon does have a contra candle. It's trading lower on the day but above the day's open, and some pretty decent volume, so that could be a turnaround candidate for tomorrow. As far as the housing names, pretty sloppy trade today. Most of these are significantly below the day's open, with the exception of NVR, which is trying to hold up above the open even though it's lower on the day. Norfolk Southern, UPS have upside signals for tomorrow. Norfolk Southern has a contra candle, and that one's got some decent volume. And finally, moving on to the commodities. Commodities are kind of a mixed bag today. They were pretty strong this morning, but are starting to pull back a little bit. Newmont Mining still holding up. That one's 4% above the day's open. And Barrick Gold ABX is still decently above the day's open, but this one is now showing a downside RPS. Couple things here. The potash shares are fairly weak today, so keep an eye on that. That could develop into a downside signal before the day's close. So if we wind up closing a little bit closer to the low, we'll wind up with a downside signal there. All right, folks, as always, thanks for listening. This has been Rich for tradesight.